Can I become a famous kids channel in 1 month? Here's a pop quiz for you. How many of the top 10 most viewed videos do you think are kids videos? 1, maybe 2? It can't be more than 3, right? Wrong! 6 of the top 10 most viewed videos are kids videos. Now, how many views do you think the most viewed kids video has? 5 billion? 8 billion?
Well, Despacito has 8 billion, so it can't have more than that, right?
Wrong again! Baby Shark has been viewed 10 billion times. 2 billion more than Despacito. It is the only video on the entire YouTube platform that has more than 10 billion. Except I just lied to you. It doesn't have 10 billion. It has almost 13. And I had originally written 12 when I wrote this script. It's gained a billion views since I wrote this. At this point, you may be seeing the dollar signs basically printing themselves. All I have to do is make some silly kids songs, make some merchandise, and boom! Now I can buy all the ugly monkey pictures I could ever want and still have enough money to buy myself a Roblox girlfriend. But how easy is it exactly to become a famous kids channel? Can you post just about anything and rise to stardom, or do only a lucky few make it in this oversaturated, in both senses of the term, market? Well, my friend, that's what we're here to find out. So my goal by the end of this challenge is to have at least one video get more than 1,000 views. I created a new Google account and set up my YouTube channel. The name wasn't super important, so I just named it Fun Ultimate Channel Kids for no reason in particular. Don't worry, I changed it later. I created a simple logo and banner using bright flashy colors, because this is a kids channel after all. Now that that's done, time to get started on the videos. I started by doing in-depth market analysis, running computational models and artificial intelligence research tools on the top kids creators using predictive, algorithmic, computational, masturbational. Nah, I'm just kidding. I literally just looked at the most viewed kids songs, copy-pasted some MIDI, and called it a day. I loaded up FL Studio and got to work on probably the cringiest stuff I'll ever post publicly on the internet. I made a few famous songs as well as an original song just to see how well they would compare and to see if the subscribers we got would actually transfer over to the original content or if they only came for the famous bright flashy kids stuff. The first song I made was a Finger Family song. There's so many of these on YouTube, so I was hoping that by adding a bunch of different versions it would make the song a little bit more unique and marketable, because I'd be able to add more search terms and boost the SEO. I made an alphabet song too, with animals and food for each letter to teach children, I guess. Not exactly sure what it's teaching, but nowadays you can add fun learning for children to the title of any video and it automatically becomes educational, apparently. After writing the music and singing the lyrics, I had to throw together a video. Honestly, I just used a bunch of stock photos and stuff, nothing super exciting or nuanced, but it did take a long time just because of how many images I had to work with. Each video probably took 8 to 10 hours to make. And with this, I humbly request you subscribe and all of that YouTube-y stuff. These videos take a long time to make, even without all the preparation that goes into them. The alphabet video was the one that took the longest by far, because there are 26 letters in the alphabet, and I did 2 sets with different foods and animals, meaning I had to find an item in each category for each letter, so I had to find 52 different images. The only problem, of course, is there aren't many animals or food that starts with X, so I just put xylophone for both of them. I could not stop laughing when I was singing that. X is for xylophone, Y is... I need to redo that because I started laughing. X is for xylophone. W is for watermelon, X is for xylophone. I can't say that without laughing. I threw together a thumbnail for the ABC video. It was the first one to go up. I was super lazy the first time and didn't put much effort into it, so obviously didn't get many views at all, which kind of surprised me. I was under the assumption that children will just click on whatever is presented to them. Guess I was wrong. Anyways, I changed the thumbnail to something better and took this as a learning opportunity. Also, apparently YouTube will copyright your video even if you wrote the song completely yourself. Like, I made the MIDI myself, chose the instruments and did different variations too on top of singing over it, and they still somehow managed to copyright the video, so that sucks. But anyways, I finished the Finger Family video shortly afterwards. I made 5 different sections. The first was the regular Finger Family song in English, then French and Spanish afterwards. Then instead of doing more languages, I decided to go with a family-friendly and heavily marketable franchise that had enough characters for it. I picked Super Mario Bros. Because it was a franchise that I grew up with, and I figured children would probably like the funny impressions. And I did an Alien Family, which I thought would be pretty silly, I guess. I'm gonna take a brief minute to talk about the music I made. I was planning on just using royalty-free backing tracks, but I couldn't find any that didn't have any singing over it, so I had to make them all myself. I wasn't feeling especially inspired, so all the songs are just the stock FL Studio plugins, and I did minimal mixing and mastering. I rarely did more than a piano, some strings, brass, drums. I didn't bother because while I could spend hours and hours making actually good music, frankly I had no intentions of actually continuing this kids channel. While the perfectionist in me weeps a little, it would be fruitless putting in any more effort than I am. I did play around a little bit, it's not like I put no effort into it, but we're talking about children here. I mean, I used to like Shark Tale as a kid, for Christ's sake. September 28th, 2022. Alphabet video goes up, and I am sitting in anticipation, watching, waiting. 0 views, 1 view, 6 views, 14 views in 1 week. And then for almost 2 months, nothing. October 2nd, Finger Family video goes up. It does way better, getting 163 views in the first week, and then gets but occasional algorithm bumps here and there. While it was exciting, I kind of felt like a failure. Would I be able to get 1,000 views? It's such a small and, in the grand scheme of things, insignificant number, yet it feels so far away. On my way to school, I watched the numbers, longing for them to increase, waiting for that big day it blows up and shoots me into stardom, but it never comes. Finger Family sits at around 200 views for a while. Alphabet never even breaks above the 100 view barrier. I was disappointed, but I wasn't ready to give up just yet. I still had a few tricks up my sleeve. You see, my Finger Family video was the most viewed yet. I know it isn't saying much when I've only uploaded 2 videos, but that's besides the point. What if I... yoink? I had to do some strategizing if I wanted to become the best damn kids channel on YouTube. I have been on YouTube for over a decade. I know how this thing works. Individuality is punished, originality and creativity stifled. Just follow the tried and true formulas and you'll succeed. Social media success is all about taking things that already work and applying them in ways they haven't been done, then milking that success. So I was gonna try the brute force method, using frequent and significant copyright infringement. You can't seem to go anywhere on YouTube Kids without some unlicensed copyrighted video in your face. Kids YouTubers trade intellectual property like it's Pokemon cards. If you can't beat them, might as well join them. I started on a video featuring one of the most heavily stolen characters of all time, Elsa. I thought about throwing Spider-Man in there too for the memes, but I don't think YouTube would be very happy about that. I considered making a song featuring a ton of characters, but decided against it based on the pure fact of how many assets and how long it would take to animate it. But anyways, it was almost Christmas, and what is Elsa known for? Snow. And what is snow associated with? Christmas. I figured there had to be a market for Frozen-themed Christmas songs, so I sang Jingle Bell Rock, We Wish You a Merry Christmas, and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and format shifted my voices so they sounded more female. Unfortunately, I can't play you any of them because I could not find a royalty-free version. I had to use a karaoke version. At this point, I was getting kind of tired of animating everything painstakingly, and frankly, seeing how poorly the first 2 video performed, I did not want to put all this effort into the video for it to get no views at all. I also needed it out before Christmas. There wouldn't be much point uploading it after that. So December 2nd, the video is published. The first few days, it jumps in views and then never really recovers, to be honest. And I don't know how or why, but on Christmas Day, it ironically got 0 views. Somehow New Year's was the most views it got at a whopping 9 views in 1 day. Mamma mia. Wait a second. Mamma mia. Mamma mia! There's something familiar about that phrase. Where have I heard it before? It's on the tip of my tongue.
Open the door, or I'm going to throw rocks through your window, you damn whore.
I'm sorry, that was so dumb. On November 29th, 2022, Illumination Studios releases its first trailer for a movie you may or may not have heard of, about a character who you may or may not know. The Super Mario Bros. Movie is announced. Admittedly, I didn't even know what was going on. I just saw 400 views turn into 500 views, which became 600 views, then 700, 800, 900, and on the 15th day of December, we crossed the 1,000 view milestone, baby! In 15 days, we had more than tripled how many views it had. It was euphoric. It was the fastest I'd ever seen a video I'd made grow. And it was not stopping. By Christmas, it had crossed the 1,500 mark, truly a Christmas miracle. By the end of the month, it had soared to nearly 3,000. January 20th, it hit 5,000. Could it hit 10,000? It was certainly on pace. You'll have to find out in a few minutes once I'm done talking about my fourth and final video. On December 23rd, I uploaded an original song, one that no one's heard before. Mario Likes Spaghetti song. Originally, I had planned it to be a normal song, like no mention of Mario. In fact, I had already sung the lyrics with a normal voice, so I sang them again with a Mario accent instead, edited the video, and published it. It did quite well, and became our second most viewed video, but it was dwarfed by the far bigger Finger Family video, which, on March 21st, drumroll please, hit 10,000 views. It continues to gain views in the dozens each day. I could theoretically have ended the experiment there, but I've waited all this time to celebrate my achievement with a movie. Care to join me? I bought a ticket for a showing in Vancouver. I don't know why it's selected a Vancouver location, but now I have to sit here for like an hour and a bit, so that's just lovely. Yay. I literally didn't plan this, by the way. I genuinely bought the ticket for Vancouver. I'm nowhere near Vancouver. I don't live in Vancouver.
I feel like even though it wasn't me who selected so just have to the joys of doing for 2 days, finding tickets.
After returning home and cry-eating all of the candy I had just bought, I made my way back to the theater. Let's try this again. For realsies this time. I'm not walking all the way back. Even if that intro sequence was pretty epic, it was a lot of build-up for nothing. I managed to get a refund on the ticket, thankfully, so we're all good in that regards. We're going to the movies now. I'll let you guys know my thoughts when I'm done it. Meep. Please open this time, please. Ah, yes. What a breath of fresh air. Good. I made it in. To the bathroom. I also recorded the whole movie so you guys can enjoy it along with me. Just got over the theater. So I have to say, I did not have very high expectations for the movie. And it actually blew those expectations out of the water. It was actually quite good, honestly. It's probably the best video game movie I've seen so far. A little bit better than Sonic. It was just really fun and really well done. They did a lot of really fun stuff with the characters. Bowser was so funny, dude. Especially that scene with Kamek at like the midpoint of the movie. I'd give it like an 8.5 out of 10, something like that. They have a lot of really fun references to like a lot of the music. For example, I've heard like Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon music and stuff like that. They didn't just copy some Mario game, like they made their own story and stuff. Yeah, I went in with like the expectations of this will be a good kids movie, but like an okay adult movie, but I was actually pleasantly surprised it was like a good movie, just in general. And also the animation was really beautiful, that's what I must say too. Because normally I find Illumination Studios' animations to be a little bit, I don't know, plasticky, really quite beautiful. Although I will say Mario and Luigi's hair looks pretty cursed. It's like realistic hair on top of like these cartoony bodies. It's very bizarre. Other than that, it was really beautiful too. So in conclusion, conclusion, did I become a famous kids channel in 1 month? Well, it was a little teeny tiny bit more than a month, but ignoring that small and inconsequential detail, we did it, gamers. We even more than 10x'd my original goal, which is very impressive. So what did we learn? If you want to become a famous kids channel, you basically have to steal other people's copyrighted characters. There unfortunately isn't much room in this competitive space for completely original content. With that said though, our second most viewed video was the original Spaghetti song, so it is possible to start a brand new kids channel so long as you're willing to write songs about other more popular characters. I think it's important to start with something popular that many people watch already as the first few videos, then once you have your name out there already, then you can start making original videos. It would be interesting to know if you can get popular without any copyright infringement or use of popular songs, because if you go on YouTube Kids, a lot of it does involve copyrighted characters or the same few songs over and over again. I can imagine that would require a lot more luck though, so I'll leave that for someone else to find out. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, fondle that subscribe button. We got a lot more fun content like this coming up, so stay tuned. I know, listen, I know. I don't care how you get it. I just need you to get it to me. Just whoever you have to kill, just do it, okay? You done? You done with that now? I'm gonna play around with the baby. Yeah. My niece, Ruby. Do a little dance. Very good. So fancy. Awesome. Good job, Ruby.